I'm Marilee Caruso. It's Tuesday, October 7th. Today.
This release would endanger public confidence in the justice system, end quote. I happen to agree with that.
Now, a man charged in a crash that killed a mother and daughter is granted bail after he left the country once already. Also today, a sweeping change.
I actually was really emotional.
The local curler who now has a city park in her name. Plus, bowling over you.
From John Travolta to Katy Perry, Jelly Roll.
How a local food bank is getting help from some international celebrities. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. The truck driver accused of killing a mother and daughter after running a stop sign has been granted bail. Navjeet Singh, who's charged with 2 counts of dangerous driving causing death, already left the country once, knowingly evading police. Yet this week, a provincial court granted his release. Joining me now to tell us more is CTV's Taylor Brock. Taylor, what safeguards are in place to ensure Singh doesn't leave the country again?
Well, Marilee, Singh was granted bail on the condition he surrender both his passport and his driver's license. He also must remain at a home in Ontario until he needs to attend court here in Manitoba. The court case comes after a crash in November of 2024 west of Altona. Police allege Singh was driving a semi-trailer that drove through a stop sign and hit an SUV. The crash killed 35-year-old Sarah Unger and her 8-year-old daughter Alexa. Before police could charge him with any crime, Singh left the country. A Canada-wide warrant was issued for his arrest. Singh was taken into custody after returning to Canada in August. In today's hearing, the prosecution, who opposed bail, say Singh falsified his driving records and was fatigued at the time of the collision, saying Singh, quote, knowingly evaded police, unquote, for 9 months.
Taylor, if everyone knew Singh already left the country, why would a judge grant him bail?
Well, that's a good question, Marilee. One that politicians were asking in the Manitoba legislature today. Manitoba Premier Rob Canoe says it's not a good look for the justice system.
When it comes to the Crown, in this case, reading his comments in the media, he said, and I quote, this release would endanger public confidence in the justice system, end quote. I happen to agree with that. In this particular instance, I think we have to, with all respect that we have for the justice system, encourage our judges and justices of the peace to reflect on the role that their decisions will have when they are learned of by the public.
And on the other side of the aisle, the opposition justice critic says Canoe has failed in his promise to reform bail in Manitoba.
If he finds a flaw in the system, instead of chastising or admonishing a judge, he needs to make that systemic changes within the system. And he also needs to advocate for those changes at a federal level where the responsibility lies on bail.
Now, the judge placed several conditions to his release. He has a curfew at his Ontario residence, and as I mentioned, he must forfeit his driver's license and passport. He can't leave the provincial boundaries of Ontario or Manitoba, and he must check in with RCMP by phone every week. As a reminder, the allegations against Singh have not been tested in court. The case is scheduled to be heard on December 16th.
All right, thanks for this, Taylor. Winnipeg police have released the results of a retail theft crackdown. In September, police teamed up with the Retail Council of Canada and the local business community to target shoplifters. 84 arrests were made, resulting in more than 200 charges. More than $10,000 worth of stolen items were recovered. Police also arrested 9 prolific offenders allegedly responsible for stealing more than $22,000 worth of goods. The WPS plans to continue targeting high-crime areas and says it will work with social safety net providers to ensure support for people facing food insecurity, poverty, or addictions challenges. The dental school at the University of Manitoba is offering free care to those enrolled in the National Dental Care Plan. Health Canada gave the school a grant worth more than $330,000 to cover the costs. Patients now getting partial coverage through the National Dental Care Plan can have their coverage topped up at the U of M. The program helps students as well. They need to complete hours of hands-on training to graduate. And offering free care will give students a steady flow of patients.
That allows them to be able to hone their skills. So when they graduate and go out into the community to provide services, they have a certain skill set that they're bringing. And so the more patients they see and the greater variety of patients they see, they're, become better prepared to be able to render their services when they graduate.
The clinic at 790 Bannatyne Avenue is also offering free care to non-insured patients. The program goes until March 31st or when the funds run out. A local park now officially bears the name of one of our province's most decorated curlers. Berkeley Square Park in Charleswood was renamed to Don McEwen Park during a ceremony this morning. McEwen was the longtime lead for Jennifer Jones's rink, helping the team become Olympic gold champions. She's also a 5-time Scotties Tournament of Hearts champion and a 2-time world champion.
I actually was really emotional the day I found out that this is actually happening. And when I was here, I brought my kids a couple weeks ago, and I just felt so, I was very emotional about it. Just the fact that they can come here for years to come and know that Mommy did some pretty cool things. It means a lot to me.
Winnipeg already has parks named after Jennifer Jones and the team's second Jill officer. City Councillor Brian Mays says there's plans to name another park after the team's third, Caitlin Laws. September saw record high home prices in the Winnipeg capital region. According to the Winnipeg Regional Real Estate Board, the average price for residential detached homes reached $436,500 last month. Condo prices also rose 70% year over year to more than $297,000. Meantime, Manitoba was the only province in Canada where rental rates went up in September on a year-over-year basis. According to a report by rentals.ca, the average cost for rent rose 2.6% last month to just shy of $1,700. That said, Manitoba's rate is still $500 below the national average. A gathering place in the Exchange has a new look tonight. City officials cut the ribbon today at Old Market Square, celebrating the addition of new artificial turf. The grounds take a lot of abuse every summer. Events like the Jazz Festival, Fringe Festival, and Nuit Blanche all use the venue. And City Councillor Vivian Santos tells us festival organizers asked for the upgrade.
In the past, when there were festivals here, the grass every year would be resodded and retreated. And then all it took was a rain, a festival, and then it would be all muddy. So, of course, with that, we wanted to ensure that it looks beautiful and it withstands, the temperatures, the weather, and also the festivities.
The turf cost $100,000 to install. It was paid for through the Point Douglas Land Dedication Fund. All right, let's bring in Catherine Dow now and get a first look at your Skywatch evening forecast. Temperatures still a little cooler than I would like, but the sun is out, which is nice to see.
I know. I don't know about you, but I've become very babied by these above seasonal values. And today when I woke up, I had to put a coat on. I'm like, what is this nonsense? Then I remind myself, yes, it is October. And yes, we are a little bit below seasonal today. The reason for that is because some cooler air filtered into this upper ridge of pressure. That system developed behind that separate system that drenched the province over the weekend. The good news is it is likely to dissipate, bringing a return to some above seasonal values through much of the province and through much of the week. As a result, though, you mentioned that sunshine, not a lot to show you in that regard. While we do have lots of sunshine and warmth coming our way, there is a chance of some rainfall, a good shot coming to much of the province. I'll have details on when and where it's likely to hit. Meanwhile, let's cast our eye to the sky. 9 degrees out there, looking warm, even though it's not. 11 is a typical high, or sorry, 10. This is as warm as it's gotten all day. Winds are out of the west-southwest. The barometric pressure is falling and the humidity sits at 43%.
The Bathfitter Live Eye is brought to you by Bathfitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years.
And taking a check-in on traffic, Kenniston at Sterling Lyon crawling with activity as is expected for this time of day. Nothing there to slow you down except for that sunshine. Grab the shades and make sure that sun visor is in good working order.
Catherine. Well, do you take the bus in the evenings? We're going to tell you about some changes coming to Winnipeg nighttime bus services. Plus,
we just sort of got together, and with the sandwiches we had from Safeway, we made sure the people that couldn't cook for themselves or that got a sandwich, you know, not just people that were just, you know, ordering it because they're lazy.
How the community got together when the power went out for 8 hours in a city apartment block. More local news on the way.
Your morning just got a little brighter. Start your day with CTV Your Morning, and you could win $20,000. For your chance to win, watch CTV Your Morning Winnipeg, weekday mornings 6 to 9.
The province's U.S. Trade Council convened today alongside representatives of the Assembly of Manitoba Chiefs and Manitoba Métis Federation. They were scheduled to discuss priorities ahead of a review of the Canada-United States-Mexico trade agreement. The U.S. Trade Council was established earlier this year and has representatives from more than a dozen Manitoba industries such as mining, manufacturing, and agriculture. Now, here's Marilla Fernandez with the CTV Market Watch.
Canada exported far less in August than we did in July. The merchandise trade deficit hit $6.3 billion. Exports fell 3%, with Canada exporting a lot less gold to the U.S. and other countries. Exports of industrial machinery and equipment also dropped in a dramatic way. And of course, with new American duties kicking in, less Canadian lumber went south. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is down a fraction to 71.66. West Texas Intermediate crude is down 82 cents to 61.32. Western Canadian Select is up to 50.43. And the TSX dropped 180 points today, ending the day at 30,351. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Market Watch is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross. Group health plans for any size business.
Winnipeggers will once again be able to ride a night bus. This after the city's latest transit master plan cut the service. Transit on request will fill the gap in service starting mid-December. It means riders will see weekday transit hours expand to 2 a.m. On weekends and holidays, time will stretch to 12:45 a.m. Then in April, some existing routes will run well into the night. The Public Works expects the changes to cost about $562,000 for the first year. Seniors camped out in the lobby while others were trapped in their apartments. That was the scene in just one apartment complex Monday as Osborne Village endured an 8-hour-long power outage.
Hydro went out about 10:30 this morning and didn't come back on till 6 o'clock tonight.
Nearly 1,000 Manitoba Hydro customers were hit with the unplanned outage Monday. Lorna Cronin says seniors in her building depend on elevators to get in and out of their homes. She and others spent the day helping feed and care for fellow residents stuck in the lobby. Cronin says she was frustrated not knowing how long the outage would last or what caused it in the first place.
You know, sometimes that just really appeases people. You know, if they hear, oh, you know, a transformer got hit or something by a truck, it's going to be a few hours or something like that. They're a little more accepting of that rather than no answer.
Manitoba Hydro told CTV News the outage was caused by a DC junction box failure and says it was a difficult fix, calling in extra crews to replace damaged equipment and check underground cables. Hydro says power to the area was fully restored before 7:30 last night.
You know, I just don't think we have enough feline-centric events happening in the city. Everything is very geared towards dogs.
All right, cat lovers, we've got an event for you where you can catch this feline festival full of furry friends. The spotlight is next.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Paula Cole and Sophie B. Hawkins.
Catherine Dow is back now for Spotlight, and we're kicking things off today with the perfect outing for me and my fellow cat ladies.
I am an aspiring cat lady, Marilee, so
well,
I also want to attend. Thank you. So an event, as you said, coming to Winnipeg this weekend is a celebration of our beloved feline friends. From cat furniture to treats to feline fashion, it'll all be on display at Meow Mania Expo. There is a kids' corner, photo booth, and proceeds from a raffle will go to help local rescue shelters. Organizer Sabrina Nayan says many Winnipeg events are geared towards dogs, and it is time for cats to get a moment in the spotlight.
We'll have our feline-centric market, so all of our vendors are going to have cat-themed items, either for their cats or cat-themed merch for themselves or their home. Our rescues are going to be there. We'll have 7 rescues. They'll all have cats available for adoption. Our local feline celebrities, of course, will be there for meet and greets. We'll have a mini stage for speaker presentations. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And of course, your cats are welcome. No dogs, please. For more information, visit meowmaniaexpo.com.
Yeah, we don't need to.
I fear you will go away with about 6 cats. Marilee, your track record. Yeah.
Someone better lock me up.
Yeah.
Don't let me in if I come to the door, organizers. Okay. Now to some news about one of Nashville's hottest country stars.
Yes, Hardy has his sights set on Winnipeg.
Take a wrecking ball and knock it all down. Turn every 2 big
That is the title track off Hardy's newest album, Country Country. And the award-winning singer-songwriter just announced the Country Country Tour with a stop at Canada Life Centre set for February 11th. He will be joined by Cameron Whitcomb and McCoy Moore. General sale tickets are available Friday at hardyofficial.com.
A Winnipeg IT sales specialist is hoping to add a new line to his resume. Winner of MasterChef Canada. It's a pretty good line.
It is, yes. Very diverse background there, IT and cooking. Yes, our own Daniel Banks is one of the 12 remaining contestants in Season 8 of the popular cooking competition.
I have seen every single episode of MasterChef, and so it's always been a dream of mine to compete on the show. You know, food is such a big part of my life, and that's really why I wanted to compete.
Banks is competing not only for the coveted title, but a cool $100 grand prize. The 38-year-old describes himself as a super passionate home cook who expresses his Jamaican roots through his dishes. Despite it being a competition, Banks says he's had a great time getting to know the other contestants.
I feel like I found my group of people, right? Like, we're all food nerds. We all love food. We're all so passionate about the culinary industry. So it's really great to meet people from, you know, outside of our province, but across the country of Canada, and just bounce ideas off each other, sharing our experiences, our joys, our cultures. Like, it's really cool to hear about different ingredients from different cultures and different recipes. So it's great.
The season premiere airs tonight right here on CTV.
And we will be rooting for Daniel.
Will be, yes.
And Catherine and I are free for your next dinner party.
Yeah, I mean,
you're serving up a good meal.
We'll bring the cats, you bring the food. Sounds like a party.
I like it. All right, thanks, Catherine.
You're welcome. And also tonight on CTV, tune in for a jam-packed night of entertainment starting at 7 with The Voice. High Potential follows at 9. And as mentioned, watch Winnipeg's Daniel Banks on MasterChef Canada at 10. Taking a check-in on traffic along the St. James Bridge. Not terribly busy, moving along at a nice pace there. This is a good route to take home if you're looking to get there quick.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
It has been sunny, but not terribly hot, as we've been very much babied by those above seasonal values. It came to a short-lived end, maybe a pause. Meanwhile, as mentioned, clear skies for us to enjoy, likely to be the case for the next couple of days to come. However, I did tease there is a slight chance of some rainfall coming later on this weekend for us here in southern parts. But areas to the very north, you potentially have some showers on the way for you tonight. It's this system here kind of developing over those Northwest Territories showers as the day progresses, the evening rather progresses. Slight chances that coming to that very northern corner. For us here, some fog in the south, maybe a couple clouds building all throughout Manitoba, but they break up nicely into tomorrow, setting the stage for a lovely day ahead. Clear in the south, a mix of sun and cloud more, especially in that northwest corner, with that system still sticking around those very extreme northern parts of Manitoba. Into Wednesday night, we start to see the skies remain clear, cloud building into the northeast, but again, we are going to see a return to some above seasonal values for us here in southern Manitoba. But first, we do have to get through tonight. We will see temperatures dip down to 2. We did have some frost last night. Much of southern Manitoba did, as our temperatures dip below freezing. We'll start off clear, couple clouds before morning, and those winds will get stronger out of the south at 20 kilometers per hour. And even stronger from there. Tomorrow, they ramp up even more, particularly around noon at 30, gusting to 50. Under those mainly sunny skies, but again, a high of 16 degrees. That is above seasonal once again. A reminder, about 13 is what we're used to. We're not going to be touching that for a good while. 20 is what we're looking at on Thursday under those mainly sunny skies. A little bit cooler on Friday with 17. The weekend, a mix of sun and cloud, scorching at 22. I mentioned that rainfall, excuse me if I could string a sentence together. That's coming Sunday with temperatures dipping down to 15. Your Skywatch picture of the day, Philip snapped this lovely sky. It's kind of pink, gray, every which color you can imagine. Thank you for grabbing that shot in Gross Isle, excuse me. And then this is really neat. That full moon last night spotted at St. Boniface Cathedral in the Basilica there. Thanks to Hans for getting that photo. And if you've got any weather photos, please kindly send them our way at winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Great shot. All right, a local food bank is getting some help from a country music legend. Dolly Parton is lending her hand to Harvest Manitoba's Empty Bowls dinner. The event features a celebrity bowl auction where celebrities create one-of-a-kind bowls and then autograph them. Parton fired, glazed, and decorated this bowl herself. She even used costume pieces from some of her past performances, including pearls and feathers. This is actually one of the costumes she used some of those items from. Dolly's bowl will be auctioned off along with more than 30 others created by celebrities like Katy Perry and Jelly Roll.
We work with celebrities, personalities, really globally through connections that we have here in Manitoba and beyond. And we get celebrities to sign bowls. Each one is hand-signed, hand-painted, decorated. Each one is a completely unique, one-of-a-kind piece. And then we auction them off.
You can bid for Dolly Parton's bowl online until October 18th. Just visit harvestmanitoba.ca. That big fundraiser, by the way, takes place on the 16th of the month. We'll be back at 6 with more local news. Hope to see you then.